Before you put the violin up in position and start using fingers, I think it's really helpful to use rest position to find your fingers, and also to use pizzicato before using the bow. So when your violin's in rest position, held under your right shoulder, under your right arm, your left hand can just sort of come up. I do this too sometimes. I say with my kids, make a tiger claw, with your fingers curled. Now make a nice tiger. Open your thumb. And the tiger's gonna come up and scoop some mud from a riverbed, come over to the side of the instrument, and tickle the strings there. Find your thumb spot. I put a little green tape diagonal right there before the first tape so they can see it. It's basically where the thumb goes. I move mine around a lot, but for starters, you should have it solid. And get your fingers curled right over and loose. Nice and loose. Everything about the violin should be loose and comfortable and relaxed. So let's say find your first finger, point your fingertip right at that tape. Let's find the mark where it goes on all the strings. Find your second finger, same thing. Third finger, same thing. You can try your fourth finger also, but for the opening couple songs that you learn on violin, you don't need your fourth finger. So I just say the fourth finger is the lookout. It just looks out and guards the rest of the fingers. Make sure you also have that little gap there underneath the neck. Make a V for violin here and just come up. Make sure you have a gap there, right between the neck and your palm. So try the A string. Find that A string. Give it a nice pluck with your thumb. I wouldn't pluck too high, I would pluck kind of lower down here. Tap the string right at that first tape and plant it. And press nice and hard. If you don't press hard enough, you get that sound. You really have to block off the string so that this part doesn't vibrate at all. You create a new string length every time you put your fingers down. Try a second finger. Notice how I keep my fingers down too. Try to find all the strings. And so on. Now you can go into position here. Try to find this position, keep it there, nice and loose. Take your other hand and just rotate it into position. So basically, the chin rest is coming towards your face, towards your neck. Violin's on your collarbone. The button of the instrument is basically pointing it right into your neck and centered over here. You're holding it here. I don't even need to use my head for this. Now, try this. Point your first finger up at the sky. Point your thumb out to the side. Come over to the side of the fingerboard, about 1.5 inches before the fingerboard ends. This is a good plucking grounding. Learn where your strings are. Try to close your eyes. And then start with your fingers. Same thing with tapping. When I go over to the G, I do have to move over like this, but that's fine. Just remember what your body feels like and keep it in position there. The most important things, that the violin is over on my left side. It's not out in front. I look over at my violin. So everything's over to the left. I bring my hand over to the left. I don't bring the violin to my hand. I balance it in my hand. And the violin also is not pointing down, it's not pointing up, it's pretty much just straight out. You want to have space in between here. You want to have nice space in between your body and your arm. I heard somebody say once, pretend that you have like a robin's egg under your armpit. You don't want to squish it. It just ensures everything works right here.